morning, all. This is another ITSL 25-26 game. Thanks to ITSL Hunter for organising. We are playing Danny, who has just arrived. So we will hop in, join the game, and say hello. So for USA, this isn't a half bad hand. We've got Purge, which is a 4-up card. It means we can't get Purged. We've got a bunch of 3-ups, which we need to hold one of against Blockade. But we can space Fidel and hold Vietnam, or event Vietnam and get to Thailand first. Middle East scoring is a great headline. So yeah, I think Middle East scoring seems like the headline for sure. all right. Let's just put my hand into the tracker and we will make some decisions. But yeah, Middle East scoring seems straightforwardly the best option for headlining. We just hope we don't butt up against what's my last one? OG. We just NASA would be a sad headline for us for sure. So, standard opening for them, more or less. We'll open 4-4-2. Yep, 4-4-2. And we'll headline Middle East scoring. The alternative is Purge, but it leaves us without any 4-up cards to respond. And Middle East is just straightforwardly good as the USA. There's literally only one card that makes it really bad. So yeah, NASA's bad. Socialist governments followed by good corn Italy isn't great for us either. I mean, obviously decal's bad for us because we don't have defectors. But we shall see how it all goes. I mean, they may just headline captured Nazi scientists in the absence of anything better. If they're holding defectors, they've got obviously a lot more wiggle room. And SocGov. So yeah, I would expect an Italy coup to follow this up. So that'll drive us into France early. So it may well be we trade European domination for the Middle East score. Well, they don't have a 4-up card. That's a blessing. But they still do a great coup. Well done, them. Right, so we take France. We'll need to repair Germany at some point. And we are going to want to try and stay ahead in country count, which is going to be tricky now they're in Italy. But if they don't overprotect Italy by the end of the turn, we go for the big old double jam with socialist governments gone. So we're going to try and want to hold purge as long as possible now. That may mean if they coup Iran and don't do massively well, we keep purge for a... we use the 3-op card to coup instead. Must remember to hold a 3-op card for blockade. It's always easier to hold a red one, isn't it? So I have to keep reminding myself when all my 3 and plus cards that higher are non-red. I'm going to try and get into Malaysia as well. Well, at least we know France is in decent nick. Oh, they've overtaken Italy. Well done them. I don't think that can be helped, unfortunately. It's going to take 3 ops to level up, and we want to get into Malaysia. So we'll repair West Germany. If they've got Europe scoring, well done them. If they drop Europe scoring here, we'll space Fidel. Yep, well done them. That Italy coup was huge in the context of the opening turn. Now, we do need to get to Iraq before Iran gets couped out. Just for a bit of access. Oh, that's... wow, all 3 scoring cards in turn 1. That's different. So now we've got some mileage. I think we want to go into Iraq, cover Panama, and overtake France against Suez? Oh, it's going to be really interesting. If he gets decal or D-style, he could get a real good head start this game. Although Defcon's still quite high. But it's really interesting, the Defcon situation has left them with a bit more room to explore. And getting CIA at their hands a bonus too. Blockade and Truman. Now that's unfortunate because we cannot double tap Italy. That's a great overprotect. We will go into Thailand now and try and see if they can be encouraged to coup there. Well, after the Italy coup, they played Europe perfectly. Well done. Denying them access cards by chance, but if we get the access cards, we're laughing. Otherwise, we're weeping profoundly. So here I think I like using 5-year plan to bring Thailand up to 4. If they blockade us, then we lose Purge and they gain an op. So here actually I'm going to use Purge. What I'm looking to do is encourage them to use the China card. So it goes the other way around, doesn't it? No, well, maybe I don't want them to walk into Pakistan. Alright, now they should use Truman Doctrine. They may use the China card to coup Thailand, but they'd be wrong. This is the second time in 2 games I've stuffed Thailand to the rafters. If they use the China card, it's a hell of a gamble for them. But at least they don't need to worry about being defconned in the early war. I mean, if I was them, I'd event blockade here. Because they've just seen me use the 3-up card. Using Truman is safe just to make sure Italy doesn't get any hassle. Or they may just have a 1-up coup in Iran to drop DEFCON. If they do, we'll definitely have to coup. We're going to have to coup anyway. Don't want to give up 3 VP for Milops. But yeah, access cards are going to be huge now. Because they've got a decent hold on Europe, barring a brush war. And the other regions are pretty well poised. Yeah, can't finish by double tapping Italy because Def gonna go up to 5 and they could just coup Italy with Duck and Cover gone. So yeah, I expect either a crap coup on Iran with a 1-op card or just an op going somewhere. They might blockade me, but I think they probably won't. They know we know they've got blockade. And they've just seen us use the 3-up card. So I expect a 1-op coup on Iran or 1-op somewhere just for the sake of it. And then we can use Vietnam revolts to coup Iraq and then maybe purge them next term, knowing they hold 1-op card from the reshuffle. That seems quite snazzy. Well, we may get dealt defectors as well, in which case we could just defect the headline, but holding purge through the turn is not unreasonable. Influence with the China card, that's different. Okay, well, we'll have the coup on Pakistan, I guess, right? Might not get a better option. Let's go for it. There you go. And we're going to Pakistani war. So defect their opening headline. NASA Korea. EU, NATO. And independent Reds. So we know they've got Truman and blockade. Arab-Israeli war, Cambridge 5 is not going to, they're not going to headline Cambridge. Arab-Israeli war, Decol, D-Style, Suez are the things I'm really worried about them headlining. But we've got no other workable headline, right? Literally no other workable headline. EU doesn't do a lot. Indo-Pakistani war gets us Milops, but we may want to use it. We've got the China card. Yeah, I think we just affect their headline, right? I mean, if we're lucky, they headline Truman Doctrine, and it goes back in the deck. Defecting Blockade's also good, because we don't have any red 3-up cards to throw again. So I think this is fine. So holding Korean War, we could jam Korea to be on the safe side. But we could take India if they don't. I mean, they're going to coup Pakistan, right? That's got to be the start. And there's nuclear test bans. No, Arab-Israeli war, fine. Nuclear test ban's the only safe 4-up card to use. Marshall and US Japan give us both something. Us both gives the US something. So this could be a defining turn 2 coup. Okay, they didn't headline blockade, so let's put East European unrest over here, the other side of the China card. We're going to be probably want to be spacing Korean War. Well, having UN intervention is a great help. But that's not a great result. So, we will use NATO, because we're going to get Milops this turn, and we will also jam up Korea. That's a tad dicey, tad spicy, but we'll go with it. Right, this means they're going to get Truman and blockade away this turn. We may be able to hold NASA if they do not blockade us. Having a good think. So regrettably, we didn't get Decol or D-Style, so there's a fighting chance they have at least one of those cards in their hand. Ideally, we get into Egypt with independent reds before triggering NASA, so we can then also get into Libya. But that's going to be tricky. I would expect a coup on Iran here, all things being equal. But we will definitely now be spacing Korean War this turn. Although, obviously, the safer thing to do if we do choose to event NASA by getting into Egypt first is by holding Korean War through the turn and spacing it so it doesn't come back till after turn 7. by which time we'd hope to have Japan and or Taiwan. A nice early blockade for ops would be nice for us, just to like let us know we've got EU to use. Because at the moment that's kind of keeping us from complete knowledge of how to use our hand. Of course, once DEFCON's at 2, getting into Angola rapidly is another thing we need to do ahead of decol/D-style. Truman. Okay. Well done. Good use them. We'll shed it from Finland, I guess, because Independent Reds is at least doing something in Yugoslavia. So is this just going to be an insipid Iran coup? I mean, that seems likely. Yeah. Okay. Insipid, I said. Okay, so now we'll use Independent Reds to retake Iran. Or at least retake as much as possible. That's a great one, Opku. Can't knock that. So now we'll see if they decol. So if they do, we don't get Angola. If they do decol, I guess we take India and South Korea and overprotect Pakistan with the China card, which feels bad after being handed it, but we want the battlegrounds in Asia, and then we can deal with collecting other ones for domination shortly after. If they space a card, what do we do? Because we could use NASA to take Iran, but we're just trading one for one. If we use the China card, at least we can hold NASA and Korean War if we need to. I want to use Vietnam Revolts as late in the turn as possible. So the only card we know they have is Blockade, right? Yeah. So decol, D-style. Suez is real bad actually because we've still not branched out of Israel. So I do need to get into Lebanon. Oof. Big oofs. Okay, I mean, here they should just take the non-battlegrounds. Yep, very well done. And Lebanon, of course, that's very good. So that's bad for us. Nice of them to leave us Turkey. So we'll go in there, and we'll go in the other 3 op areas. I mean, this is rough. I think we have to use Vietnam revolts now to take Iran. That feels gross. We don't want to run the risk of losing Iran again. I think they are going to event blockade. So 4, we need a Pakistani war for ops. 5, China card if they threaten Pakistan. 6, NASA. EU. Big EU. That's better than Space and Korean War and them getting it in the reshuffle. And it being a 50-50 proposition. So they may move to Lao this turn. That wouldn't be unreasonable. If they don't blockade us, AR6, we probably want to put one in Canada and one in Turkey to reduce Europe domination. Although Suez quickly resolves that, as does socialist governments if it comes back in the reshuffle. They've given us lots of problems. Lots and lots of problems. And they've got decol as well. Whew. On the up and up. Okay, so we will use the China card. We will take India, take Korea, and overprotect Pakistan. We can overprotect Pakistan later. What we want to do is take Laos, right? Because they've got Vietnam revolts going on. As long as we remember to cover Pakistan at some point. So if we don't get blockaded, AR6, we can go Pakistan, Turkey, Canada. That's probably the best situation. If we do get blockaded, we spit and curse and put pot 1 in Pakistan with NASA. Not bad. I mean, if they play NORAD, we definitely want to fill Canada. Special relationship, we can put 1 in Canada with if we need to, because we're currently covered against Suez in France. Formosa is just handy. I mean, I suppose the upshot of giving the China card back is it makes Taiwan come back in play, but, you know, it's just a crap excuse. Suez is still a big deal. Right, they've got blockade and one other card. If it's capture Nazi, they can just bag a VP. If it's D-style, they're absolutely love and life. If they don't blockade, at least we just event into a Pakistani war for the Milops. No issue with tempo there. Holy moly. T-Col and D-style. World of hurt. Well done. Libya. Well, you were getting NASA anyway, so I wouldn't worry. Milops for no VP. This is going to be an uphill struggle now. So if we're lucky, they'll use blockade for the op to take Libya, and we can hold NASA. If they event it, we use NASA, and we will take, we'll overtake Pakistan. But oh, world of hurt. Influence it is. Okay, well that's good. That gives us EU for a bit more freedom. And we will level up Europe and cover Asia. Not good. Defectors is nice because they don't know we've got it back. We got nuclear test ban and NORAD. They got captured Nazi, Formosa resolution, and special relationship. NATO's not in effect, so they're not too worried about that. We got Romanian abdication. They got Cambridge 5. We got Suez, which is good because that keeps us in Israel. They got Comecon and Cambridge 5. So they made Cambridge 5 us. So they got captured Nazi, Formosa, special relationship, Comecon, Cambridge 5. Bless you. We can defect them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah. I think defectors is straightforwardly the best card, right? If they Cambridge 5 us, they don't know if we've got information. If they captured Nazi, they don't get a free space. If they got a better card, we just hit it. And they don't know we had defectors because we used it turn 2. The alternative is NORAD, but that just feels a bit weird, right? We're spending 3 ops to hopefully get 3 ops, and we may not, and we still let them get off their headline. So, I like defectors here. And I expect to see capture Nazi or Cambridge 5. With nuclear test ban, also need to remember to hold Suez against blockade. With nuclear test ban, we can probably stay ahead in Europe now in country count with Denmark and Belgium. So, all being well, that'll only score him a VP going forward. Oh, but the New World looks pretty shoddy at the moment. So, like, the worst possible headline for them here is Asia scoring, but they have to somehow have known we were redealt defectors. Yeah, they're just looking for information which we won't give them. So next up, I expect a coup on Iran. If they were dealt 5-year plan and Asia scoring, we might really, really struggle this game. If we can bank Asia, things don't look too bad, but otherwise things look pretty ropey. The Europe Dom and CIA out the deck turn 1 was inspired, and then getting decol and D-style in turn 2 is about as good as they can hope for. So things have gone very well, I'd say. Very well for Russia. Well, a flubbed coup is always nice to see. So, what can we do in the way of tempo? That now having happened, I've got Capture Nazi, Formosa, Special Relationship, and Comic Con. We can. We'll take Egypt because we're holding NASA. And I want to put one in Angola. I think we do. So, we know 4 of their 6 cards: Capture Nazi, Formosa, Special Relationship, and Comic Con. I expect here they'll take Algeria. We probably want to take Saudi. If they tick up countries, one of the problems with Europe we need to be ready for is that by using Romanian abdication, we give them domination. Maybe they don't hold a lot of scoring cards because they evented Cambridge 5. And my impression is that when USSR has 1 plus scoring cards, using capture Cambridge 5 seems a bit bland to them. Because they're like, well, I've already got a scoring card to play, so why do I need to worry if they're holding one? We keep holding Suez through the turn if blockade. So yeah, need to increase our country count in Europe before Romanian abdication. Event Indo-Pakistani war for our Milops. If they space, I think we just event Indo-Pakistani war, right? Although we could counter space and then AR6 if they haven't done. I think we can space Suez for the double space if we're successful. Getting that 2 VP slot would be very nice. I mean, the scoreline is tilted my way slightly, but their board development is just impeccable. And with CIA gone, they can afford to be more bold in Africa and the Americas. What I'm hoping is to slow them down in the old world, and then I can VOA them turn 4, which would be great. Independent Reds before Romanian abdication. That's a little annoying. Did they put it anywhere or just trigger it? Oh, 2 in Saudi. I'm stupid. All right, we will take Iraq and pop 1 in Benelux ahead of Romanian abdication. Do we put 1 in Syria to dominate? We don't put 1 in Syria. Put 1 in Jordan if we put it anywhere to defend against Muslim revolution, clearing us entirely out of Iraq and Iran. They're certainly not playing like a guy who's holding scoring cards. That was another unknown card, wasn't it? So still Capture Nazi, Formosa, Special Relationship, Comic Con. Special Relationship can't hit Benelux. Can hit Benelux. Bonus. Is there a teeny tiny connection? Yeah, there is. Going through Wales and Liverpool. That's nice. Okay, if they special relationship us, we put it in Benelux, because then we can put Romanian abdication into Benelux to take it, thereby rendering it still even in Europe. So yeah, special relationship takes Saudi. Maybe put 1 in Israel to threaten parity. And then we hold NASA through the turn. I mean, at some point they'll just event capture Nazi, right? They just have to decide when. Saudi and Jordan. Fine. Okay. So we'll space Korean War here. We want to give them like half a chance to use the China card to jam India, and then we get like double benefit of Indo-Pakistani War. That's unlikely, but possible. But at the moment, every op they invest in the old world is them not developing their board state in the new world, and we do want to keep them looking to the right half of the board. I know what you'd call it. It's not really the right half, is it? It's sort of like the top right diagonal half. So capture Nazi, special relationship, Comic Con, and one other card. If we find out what that one other card is, it gives us another space opportunity with Suez. So what do I expect to see here? Special relationship to Algeria, event capture Nazi scientist are the two likely plays with the known cards that they have. Having a good old think. I can see why they wanted a 90-minute clock. It's been very contemplative. With Formosa evented, we're always likely to have more battlegrounds in Asia than they will. It'll be about the non-battlegrounds for domination that's very important. Now, they may choose to jam South Korea, having seen Korean War go to space here with the China card. That's another perfectly acceptable option, especially with CIA gone. We'll see. So, nice cup of tea to keep me warm while Danny freaks out over the board. So yeah, I mean, take Algeria, jam South Korea, event capture Nazi seem like the only straightforward moves. And I'm guessing the unknown card is not a scoring card at this point. But we'll hold Suez through turn 6 until we know the unknown card in case it's blockade. So if they play special relationship, we will take Benelux with remaining abdication, which is a bit of an empty turn, but it's better than nothing. If they don't use special relationship, I guess we event Indo-Pakistani War, right? Oh, yeah. Want to put one more in Malaysia at some point ahead of Brush War just to reassure Thailand. Come on, Hoss. Wonder if they've gone to make a cup of tea. Yum yum. Is using the China card South Korea? No, using the China card around the board. Okay. All right, well, we event into Pakistani war then, because we need our mill ops. And we once again don't get VP to go on top of it, which is very annoying. I mean, I guess I have to be reasonably happy with that. It's a shame they've pumped up Venezuela. Well done them. But using 2 ops of the China card to put 2 into Syria does not feel like good use of the China card. So the scoreline's going to be slightly flattering to the USA, but the board position, especially development in the New World, is pretty good for Russia. That said, we're currently level in the Middle East that could swing easily, pretty solidly entrenched in Asia. Europe is a problem for the USA, but obviously late war provides a lot of tools to deal with said problem. So we can live in hope. Second decol. Good goddamn. Okay, so we now use Romanian abdication to take Lao, which is very upsetting. And if they've got Europe scoring, they're laughing all the way to the bank AR6. Oh, no, they don't. They've used decol. They've got Capture Nazi, Special Relationship, and Comicom. So de Gaulle's gone. One option rather than Space Suez is to event it, repair, but, you know, it's, yeah, it's completely empty round. I think we just want a space. And hope they don't get Europe scoring straight off the bat, having now given the Romania and Independent Reds is gone. Oof. Well, they have played an exceptionally good early war. It's taken 40 minutes of their time, but they have played it very well. I don't see how this can't be event captured Nazi, but they're not eventing Comic Con. They may want to use the ops, I suppose. Comic Con 2 Chile 1 Zaire. Well, Hunter, ABM, and Brushford now look gigantic cards for the US to try and pull here. But yeah, well done, Russia, for putting themselves in a position to succeed. Yep, going ops, okay. Yep, that's all sensible. So I think we space Suez here, yeah. It's just space Suez. Not going to use it. Well, NASA does not help there. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Getting libthy is nice. Getting VOA is huge. Absolutely huge. VOA is probably also our headline, isn't it? Yeah, I don't see a better headline, so I think we just VOA them and clear them out of some of the realm. Future incident. Empathy and Fidel. Panama, NATO, Brezhnev. Panama, NATO. Brezhnev is your classic AR7 turn. And Arab Israeli war. Which currently would flip on a 6. Yeah, VOA. And then we'll clear them out of Argentina, Chile, South Africa, and Angola. And hope they don't pick up Portuguese Empire or South African unrest. Capture Nazi. Well done. Got it off, and now one small step for them looks really good. But yeah, access is key here, so removing them from these areas I think is best, yeah. Probably coup Panama here. Here it comes. Very good coup. Okay, so ahead of Junta, we'll have to go to Mexico, and we'll level up in Europe as well. Now we do want to get into Angola for Zaire. If they go to Cameroon, we get a coup target though, which is nice. We do want to space Libthi, that's unplayable. And we probably want to try and get Jordan and Israel before Arab-Israeli war if possible. Then after Arab-Israeli war, if we then need to eat Nasser, we can. We're going to be holding Brezhnev through the turn, so that's our blockade card if it comes up anyway. Which would be regrettable, but necessary. So space Libthi and hope to space Fidel. I would be alright with the missile envying us here. We hand them U2 incident for a VP and then lose an op, but they lose a turn. Cuban Missile Crisis, alright. What's up? So redominating Europe. Are they only doing that because we've played that, or are they doing it because they've got it? Let's work on the assumption they have it and continue to race. Like, if they want to use 3 whole ops in Europe, I guess they can. Oh, we're not getting Milops this turn. Oh, this could be a rough turn, for sure. Could be a really rough turn. I mean, if they go for it, well, they're going for it. I'm not using the China card. If they have it, they've got it, and well done them, right? But I can't maintain this pace. We'll space Libthay. Now we get to space Fidel if they drop Europe scoring. God, I'd love to see Camp David this turn. Just to free up Arab-Israeli war. Okay, that's fine. Could be a lot worse. That means they also don't have Europe scoring. So now we'll space Fidel for our second space of the turn. NASA, finally off the mark. Well done. We can invent Panama Canal just because it's good to have access to Brazil and threaten them a little. And then if they don't do anything, we can use Arab-Israeli war to take Jordan. Hope we don't get a 6 rolled against us. And if we don't, we can finish with Brezhnev into Israel and dominate the Middle East holding Nasser, although Muslim Revolution absolutely smashes us. Yeah, boy. Still need to get into Zaire as well. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Brush into an ABM still looming large in this deck of cards. Oh, hello. Che into Cameroon and Uruguay. Oh, that's clever. I guess we now need to use Panama Canal to cue Cameroon. And fail. Ha! That was rough. Well played them, well played. Right, some cards that I've missed. That's that, and then there's one more remove card. Let's have a look. Airlines. Well, a day. That was really rough for us because now they can take Zaire and Argentina and we're on the back foot again. So we're going to have to use Arab-Israeli war to take Jordan. Oh, interesting. Happy to pitch either card. Okay. France it is, I guess. If we're going to Norway for 3 more ops. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. Right, Arab-Israeli war to Jordan. Please no 6. 5 is nice. And your last card is Asia scoring, please. Presumably this has to be another bland 2-up card. I think it could be grain sales and they're spacing it. I know they wouldn't 5-year plan grain sales. That would be insane. Yeah, that's fine either way, isn't it? Well, South America is a disaster zone. Now, is it better we... No, I don't think it's better we dominate the Middle East with Muslim Rev the way it is. Let's level up Europe again. Or we should take Bulgaria, of course. we have adjacency. That feels awful, but you know, the board's not great. I'm not gonna lie. Power cards, please. Grain is good. Asia scores us alright. South America is real bad. Real bad. We can only hope on cooing Argentina, I guess. John Paul's good. We're only a Warsaw Pact away from that being problematic. We're going to have to hold blockade this turn. But Grain's our headline. Hoping to get a nice coup on Argentina. OMIT may save us some nasty cards as well. Culinary Guards is good. So, and John Paul. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and we've dropped grain sales. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other cards. So, what we want to do is get Asia scoring off for domination, coup Argentina with grain sales, colonial rearguards to frig up Africa a bit. We definitely want to event OMIT and try and remove some nasty cards. Eventing John Paul's never a bad move. And hold blockade through the turn. If we're lucky, we can bear trap him AR7, but we probably need to use our operations points. I mean, if they drop Africa scoring in the headline, we're going to have to coup there to deny domination, but that gives up so much in South America. We can only hope Asia washes the hand of it. Oof. That's never bad. And we'll see what we pull. So Denmark, Benelux, Canada. No, it just goes battlegrounds. Oh, you beauty. The 50-50 on Venezuela, I guess. No, we'll just use brush war to coup Argentina, right? Just take it out their hand. Perfect. It's like a brush war, but better. So now we need to move into Paraguay if they take Chile, just to make sure we don't get realigned out. Socialist governments with 2 West Germany, 1 Turkey, yeah. So 1, 2, 2 in Paraguay. I might need to use the China card. We haven't seen any of the China card movers and shakers. If they don't immediately take Chile, we're taking it. Like if they drop Europe scoring or something. That's not a bad outcome for us. Trading domination somewhere for somewhere else, but at least we gain ball position. Oh, that also rendered their arms race moot. We will use the China card here, regrettably. No, we're not going to jam Turkey. We're going to take Turkey. And we'll pop one in Paraguay. And hope they don't realign us out of Argentina this turn. Tell you what, ABM here would be huge. Can I blockade Nasser again? Ho ho ho. I mean, once Middle East scoring drops, I'm fine playing Nasser. I mean, ideally we don't want to see Sadat first. So we want to event Amit, John Paul, Colonial Rear Guards for sure. We're maybe on Bear Trap. Oh, rough. Rough, rough, rough. Let's get rid of South America scoring. Really hoping Colonial Rear Guards would do something first, but no joy. But now we get to drop Asia scoring, and the scoreline doesn't look quite as horrible, while still being quite bad. I'm feeling like we want to take Israel to dominate the Middle East. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't get you any VP. Stops me spacing a lot, but I can live with that. So let's take Israel ahead of Muslim Rev as well. Ooh, 7 VP? Yeah, okay. It could be worse, especially as we've already got our mill ops. Now Amit's not looking to pull a bunch. Muslim Rev, we will bury you, Korkmar, Cult Rev, Portuguese Empire, South Africa. Ah, there's probably still plenty for Amit to pull. So, I mean, in a way, that's good for us, right? So yeah, we'll drop Asia scoring. That means they're not using it to get mill ops or to fudge Defcon. So with Southeast Asia scoring still to score, I think I quite like Malaysia, Philippines, Nigeria, Zaire maybe, or Algeria maybe. I don't know, or all three of those in Malaysia. I am not spacing a 2-op card this turn, unless they contain me, and then I can space NASA. So yeah, event Colonial, event John Paul, event Emit. Seems like the end of my turn. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 33. All right. Puppet governments to space. Hope you miss. Ugh, so they're peaking, which is good for them. Let's take Malaysia, which is good against brush war, and then let's just break battlegrounds, even in a schooled region. Let's make life difficult. And then when they repair that, we can use Emit. Actually, being able to pitch Europe scoring is good too, right? Like, we're very unlikely to come off well. And Warsaw Pact, because that means we can fiddle in Poland once we've done John Paul. Oh, Warsaw Pact gone anyway. Yeah, great. Okay, so now we event Emit. Let's get rid of Allende. Summit. Do we want ABM or not? Don't think we do, right? It's a swingy card. Let's discard it. Let's reduce variance and see whether that was a good move or not. Fine. No idea if that was right or not. Let me know in the comments. And now AR7 will avenge on Paul having seen Warsaw Pact go, because actually, if they don't act immediately with Warsaw Pact gone, we can jam Poland if they take a coup, and all of a sudden we dominate Europe. That would be wild. Millop's likely here. Coup Paraguay? But they may just put one in Gulf states to level up the Middle East. They do. So that's 2 VP for us. Although they deny domination. We avenge on Paul here for sure. So they used UNI. We used John Paul. We have We Will Bury You, which is rough. Missile Envy and Nuclear Subs. Camp David, Cult Rev. Olympic Games and Portuguese Empire. I think Missile Envy's alright here. Because we can still space We Will Bury You, or blockade it, of course. So let's Missile Envy him. Missile Envy is fun, right? Worst case scenario. No, they can't get it off before We Will Bury You. Let's Missile Envy them. Oh, no, wait, they are. Headline peaking. Oh, that's less good. Less good headline peaking. Yeah, okay. In which case, I guess it's Camp David. Yeah. Neutral headline. Yawn! So in their dream world, it's Hunter into take Poland. Is Hunter the only way to drop DEFCON? Pretty much, yeah. Duck and cover, I guess. Yeah. So duck and cover 3 into Poland AR1 is their other option. If they do that, it frees us up to missile envy them. Could easily get purged here in the headline. Muslim Rev, of course, is huge. Flips Iran. OPEC's a nice little 4 VP for them. Lots of option. Lots of option. Quagmire is good for them as well, because it means they can coup and take Poland. They got a ton of mileage. They've also used 2/3 of their clock, getting through half the game, which is a little alarming. So, you know, there's that. So many headlines, I'm not really likely to speculate further. But even if we get purged, we can blockade away We Will Bury You, which is fine. It means we finally eat NASA, of course. But with peaking, I guess we have no option but go with Camp David. They are leaving themselves awfully exposed to the clock in the late war. I mean, it's good to take time in the early war to build your position, but yikes. I mean, I play too quickly, so I'm a terrible judge of character in this respect. Take quick moves and rue them quickly later. Well, I mean, unfortunately, Muslim Revolution is very likely to hurt us because it's not in our turn 6 hand. But flipping Lebanon is another thing we need to think about doing. If they take Poland, I think we use Cultural Revolution to flip Lebanon and make sure we keep up on country count in the Middle East because it's the two unscored regions once again vying for our affection. Boy, this probably isn't the headline to chew over for 5 minutes, but that's where we are. Leaving themselves in a hole that's going to be tough to dig in the late turns. But yeah, blockade we will bury you. Sadat first. Oh, cheesy. That's fine. Okay, so we will absolutely take Poland here. And that also means the China card's not coming back to him in a hurry. So blockade away, we will bury you. Eat NASA. So that drops it to 2-2. So we can use NASA to bring it up to 3-2 and hope to hold. Although Muslim Revolution is going to make a nightmare for me anyway. Okay, Salt Warsaw Pact. Yeah, every time. I did know that that was a gambit, but I feel like, again, it's a really weak use of salt, which I'm okay with. And now I can... Oh, no, I don't want to use We Will Bury You, right? I simply don't want to use We Will Bury You. So let's coup to get our Millops. Be lucky. In a way, that's not unlucky, I suppose. Now, they are going to be able to use Warsaw Pact to get me out of Bulgaria as well. So that's handy for them. So coup on Argentina here. Unfortunately, until we see duck and cover, we can't comfortably missile envy them. Which is deeply regrettable. Well, that's handy. What do you say? I say we miss-envy them. In a perfect world, they give us Warsaw Pact. In another world, they delay a turn anyway. Miss-envy's just funny. Give us Warsaw Pact. Go on. I mean, hell, if they give us Purge or Muslim Rev, we're laughing. So what could they give us? Quagmire, OPEC, Warsaw Pact, Muslim Rev, Purge, Shuttle, Arsenal, Usuri, Containment, East European Arrest, US, Japan. If they contain us, we get to space NASA. NASA can space NASA. Arsenal's not too bad for us here. I guess in an ideal world, Arsenal, pitch our hand, get Europe scoring while they play Missile MV, drop Europe scoring for nomination, then they Warsaw Pact us. Like, that's magical Christmas land. But that's where we are. Okay, containment's still not shabby. We can space NASA. So we'll do that and we'll accept our fate in Europe, which is regrettable. Now they Warsaw Pact us and we're dominating Europe, which is bad. Well, one of the weirder uses of salt, but it works for him. Well done. So we blockade away. We will bury you and put one in Paraguay. And Norway. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Europe is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So Portuguese Empire to take South Africa. Nuclear subs probably shore up Mexico and Argentina. Late war's going to be very interesting if only they have the time to play it. They're leaving themselves with 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes a turn. Turn 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, they're going to be hoping to win with war games. Otherwise, they're in a bad way. Willet. Yep. We will take Norway. Okay. And then pop another one in South Africa. With Warsaw Pact gone, we can tap East Germany now as well. So they have 1 unknown card. 3 unknown cards. If they don't dominate Europe, we could use Portuguese Empire crumbles to flip Lebanon, dominate the Middle East. Although, if we're going to do that, we could just double tap Libya, right? Which protects against Muslim Rev, which they don't hold because they gave us containment. Quagmire, OPEC, and Muslim Rev and Junta are the last Terrify and Purge. Are all terrifying cards and all still in the deck. They're going to get dealt next turn. Gives up the China card again. It's wild. So what do we like here? Oh no, they've overprotected. Well done. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to our 8. So tap Europe, because Europe scoring still hasn't been. Take Africa. Weird. Reshuffle time. We got Hunter, which is great. East European unrest is good too, because if we coup and they takes Portugal, we can use EU to keep Europe down. They've got Europe and Middle East scoring, but they've got Purge as well. Oof. We got Hunter, Yasuri, Quagmire. Oh man, they got Muslim Rev. Oh, we got Muslim Rev. Way! Read the hand. Read the hand. Kitchen invades. Oh man, so that's lucky. Middle East and Southeast, they got all the scoring cards. They get lads? Yeah. OAS Nixon. They got Arsenal and Shuttle Diplomacy. So their hand is bigger than it should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got OPEC, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they have Middle East scoring, Europe scoring, and Southeast Asia scoring. So we can use East European unrest on them to frig with Europe. We can't do a lot to frig with the Middle East, but we can try. OPEC and Muslim Brev are both terrible, as is Quagmire. God, it's a good thing they gave us the China card. And we can use the China card and Event Yasuri to take it back if we need to. So we can hold quite a few crappy cards this turn if they do purge us. But let's start with Hunter, right? We're likely to get purged here. So let's keep our 4 and 3 op cards. Southeast Asia is currently worth a single VP to us. We may not be able to stay ahead in Europe, but if we flip Lebanon, we can dominate the Middle East. And they've only got Arsenal and Shuttle Dip after Purge. Tell you what, if they do Purge us, they leave themselves very low on ops. Yeah, they opt to keep the operations points, which is probably quite sensible. Big coup coming up here. Oh, huge. Absolutely huge. Now, realignments are a real risk, but that puts us in the driver's seat. So we can... I mean, they're going to take Portugal. They'd be mad not to. If they use Purge to take Finland as well, we have to hit them with East European Unrest. And then try and keep the hammer down. If we can make it through this turn without them dominating Europe, that's pretty massive. And we're currently up 3 VP in the Middle East? 2 VP. Oh yeah, Saudi. 2 VP. So our unplayable cards are these 4. But if we do China, Yasuri, China, things could be worse. OPEC is now only worth 3 VP. We could drop it to 2 by tapping somewhere. And we can space Libthi. Hold Muslim and Quagmire through the term. Alright, so. First up, East European Unrest. 1, 2, 3. Now they have to use Purge, because they can't use Shuttle Dip or Ask Not. Which means we can then take Austria with US, Japan. Yeah. So yeah, they've got Shuttle Dip and Ask Not. Those are their only 3-op cards. They also have Nixon, so actually using the China card ahead of US, Japan renders one of their other cards less usable as well. Okay, I think we might be able to keep our neck ahead here. No, China card, China card, China card. They now need to use a 3-op card to take Greece, and they've only got Ask Not and Shuttle Diplomacy. So next for us is flip Lebanon or tap Libya. That's good for us, because now we can pitch all these crap cards. So we pitch OPEC, Muslim Rev, Quagmire. Muslim Rev, OPEC, Quagmire, and Libthi. Let's not get Lone Gunman, please. Okay, that's alright for us. NATO's not an effect. So next up is take Sweden. Suez Olympic Special Relationship. You can't play Shuttle Diplomacy, right? So what you want to do now is drop Middle East scoring first. Yeah. Space Suez? What have they got? Europe, Kitchen, Nixon, Shuttle Dip. Is the next thing to do... I think what we want to do is coup Cameroon and then flip Zaire. That gives us mill ops. And if they don't overprotect, we can flip Zaire and then threaten to realign Angola. What are they holding? Nixon? Spacing shuttle, very sensible. Ooh, nice for them. But we will flip Zaire now. So Nixon, Kitchen, and Europe. Even, down 1, even, up 3, down 1. So yeah, Kitchen Debate scores us VP. That's a great result for us. I think we want to space Suez, right? We really want to avoid headline peaking at late war. And we don't. NASA has been absolutely appalling. Okay, well, we made it to late war with a blue scoreline, which is pretty good under the circumstances. But late war cards are going to be pretty huge here. Not being dealt lone gunman was a bonus. Kitchen Debates, coup Cameroon for your VP, I reckon. Influence 2 VP for us. Buying for Europe now seems unwise. Alright, so steal the China card, making Nixon 2 VP for us is probably best. Because OAS we can just play any time to be disruptive. And special relationship's not worth anything. And having a realign at the end of the turn seems optimistic. Yeah, let's steal the China card. With Lone Gunman still in the deck. Ooh, this is nice. Cuban Missile Crisis. Gives us ABM Treaty Arms Race. Can coup Panama and try and take Central America control. That all seems fine. So we know they have Nixon, but we don't know anything else. Thatcher the Betrayer. And 5-year plan. With duck and cover in the deck, that's not safe. I like Cuban Missile Crisis here. Because we've got ABM and Arms Race. They won't get Milops. I think this just feels alright. I mean, a lot of the board folds to Brush War. This also protects Zaire. But ABM Treaty on Nigeria flips domination for Africa if they don't headline or AR1 it. And getting Central off for 0 is fine for us. The scoreline is blue. To call is yet another space card to contemplate. But this is a pretty good... I mean, Aldrich taking ABM hurts us because we don't get to have fun in Africa. But otherwise, this is a pretty good turn 8 hand. Okay, we're not in Lebanon, so that's just irritating. And, Iranian hostage crisis deals with that anyway. So let's start with ABM Treaty coup Nigeria. Lovely. Arms race, Central America scoring, space, ops event, hold the China card, looking good. So what is rough? Brush War? Fidel is rough, of course. I mean, I guess, yeah, let's give them a 2 VP. Let's not be silly. Good time to have Fidel. But barring a 4-op, we will bury you or Flower Power or War Games coup on Cameroon. We're going to get arms race down. Sotgov is in the deck, so actually popping one in Argentina. Ahead of eventing Thatch the Betray is not a bad idea. It blunts a late war card in their favour. Two VP for us is nice. The result is nice. Arms race is nice. Let's keep that scoreline ticking up. So we will not be using the China card, but Cultural Revolution has gone as well, hasn't it? Yes. All right, big 50-50 here. Well done them. Overprotect Argentina. One, two, three. So now we need to pop another one in Japan as well. US Japan has gone. Yes. So, one in Zimbabwe is fine. And two in Japan to dominate Asia. Space to go. Event the Iron Lady. No longer eventing the Iron Lady. Where do I want this to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just keep Asia shored up. Okay, that's all right for us. And they're not realigning AR7. So let's space to Gaul. No headline peaking turn 9. No, there'll be headline peaking. Absolutely amazing. Aldrich is nice because we can just pitch something away. Chernobyl's great. Question is where Chernobyl is greatest. Boy, boy. Okay. Chernobyl, North Sea oil, Reagan. OPEC is not in the deck, so North Sea oil is not so attractive, with Aldrich pitching a card anyway. Star Wars is unplayable because of how awful NASA have been. AWACS is good. Yeah, AWACS is just good, even with Muslim Rev, although it's the same as a double tap on Saudi. Nuclear subs and Latin American debt crisis. Do we Chernobyl South America? That seems alright, doesn't it? Let's see, because then we can use OAS. AOX is blunt because Muslim Rev is in the disc up. Oh yeah, let's Chernobyl. But we can get South America control here. Although it might be at the price of Africa domination in the coup. But we can Aldrich away Latin American. Get 3 ops for that. Event, that's only worth 1 VP, but it's worth considering. And the rest for ops. Okay, well that makes Europe much better. But let's try and wrest control of South America, which is an unscored region. So this is going to frig up Europe, but the card's already... Okay, well that's not going to do it. Should have been hammering domination. Oh, this is turning out to be a really bad turn for him. If they're holding South America scoring, we want to do that immediately. They're looking for a brush war now. Oh, hello. That's not shabby. Well done, them. Okay. Whew. We were lucky they shored up Europe there and they didn't try and break regions. This is good. Well done. Boy, oh boy. They are playing really well here. Okay, we'll level up South America. This is a tough turn. Glad we've got a points buffer. So we're going to be wanting to coup Zimbabwe to get Milops. Maybe even inventing nuclear subs. Oh boy, great work. Wowza. They've played this great. We are inventing nuclear subs. We want some coups. We want to coup Zaire, and we want to coup Venezuela. Ooh. Well, they should just be inventing that here. Zaire should have gone Venezuela, but there you go. So we coup Venezuela. Be lucky. No. So we'll coup Venezuela again next turn. Unscored region and all that. Well, that was a pretty poor turn for us this late in the war. But they may well be rushing to make mistakes in turn 10, and we still have grain sales and VOA in our favour. That's also really good for us. Because now we can just take Venezuela. Well, this is shaping up to be a turn 10. Asia and South America, the last two unscored regions in the deck. If they get dealt, I win easily. If neither of them are dealt, it's going to be a tight game. But I always get AR7, and they've only got 6.5 minutes to play their entire turn 10. So, and with Lone Gunman gone, I also like the chances there. So, we'll see how it goes. Bless you. No scoring cards for us, but we get Cal, so no coup for them, and we can bear trap them. Yeah, I think I like Defcon dropping here. Glasnost, Iranian hostage. Iran-Iraq war. NORAD bear trap terrorism. Colonial rear guards in the Pakistani war. So terrorism's good unless it pulls a scoring card. Glasnost is unplayable because the reformer's in effect. Iranian hostage crisis we can play having lost Iran anyway. Colonial rearguards frigs up Africa, which is good, so that's an AR, late AR turn. We can event bear trap if we want to. Gulf states is not next to Iran. So if we need mil-ops, we've got Indo-Pakistani war or an Iran-Iraq war, all for a 5 or a 6. So Iranian hostage crisis into Iran-Iraq war gets us mil-ops and maybe flips Iran to 6-0. 7-0? 6-0, yeah. So AR1, they should take Chile. What does terrorism do? Duck and cover and puppet governments and tear down this wall are all in the deck still. Or his hand. West Germany and some other places. That's fine. So we start by retaking Turkey and West Germany. Pop another one in Asia for any reason? Overprotect Venezuela. Okay, well done. I think we terrorize him now. Please no Asia scoring or DEFCON card. Ah, oh, a DEFCON card. So we win this game when we frig up Africa. Right, let's do Iran-Iraq war for our mil-ops first. Amazing. That's huge. Because now we can flip. That's good. We will flip. Or do we just jam Libya, right? Yeah. That's worth an extra VP. Colonial rearguards to break Algeria and pack Africa is fine. So AR7, tap a European on battleground, tap Lebanon, undominate, dominate. And we should have the game sewn up. And if they've got grain sales anyway, it doesn't matter. And or tear down this wall. And if they have those, they're losing tempo. So next we double tap Libya to redominate. Oh. Well. Well, as a courtesy. Yep, right. Since they're newish to the game, we will not coup there. We will just do a coup on Greece, shall we? Yeah, let's have Greece. I want Greece. Well, there we go. All right. So we're not going to bear trap them since she's at the FVOA. Greece and Algeria. That's fine. So so we will use bear trap for ops. In fact, we'll be courteous and not show the fact we have bear trap. We'll use Indo-Pakistani War and tap Libya. Will we? No, we'll use the China card and we will jam because that breaks Europe. All right, so we will take 2 out of Cuba. These are overprotected, right? Yeah. And 2 out the Middle East. And you can't repair both. And that means the USA wins. Well done them. Clock management impeccable. Started out really strong and we just kind of steered the boat around. Didn't we? But in the end we got there. So we will finish with Bear Trap to dominate the Middle East. And with 1 more influence point, we can't get another VP anywhere on the board. So let's just take the Philippines. Dominate, blah, blah, blah. They've got the China card, but that doesn't matter. And we got Melobs. Game over. Well, GG's to them. Made it to final scoring. All right. Let's get out of the way so we can read. All right, thank you for watching. I will book the result and stick it up on YouTube. Next game that I know I'm having is Monday the 29th of December. Saucy Soviet and I are going to have a friendly game. And we might talk to each other while we play. We might not. We'll wait and see how it goes. All right, I'm going to leave you, but thanks for watching. I will see you on Monday. But until then, goodbye for now.